Welcome to Ghoul Talk Open Late. Just a heads up, we'll be talking about death, obituaries, and real people. We mean no disrespect to the deceased, their families, or their communities. Whenever necessary, names or details may be changed or omitted. Our goal is to share stories, find the humor in the strange and the spooky, and keep things lighthearted, never cruel. Welcome back to Ghoul Talk Open Late, where the lights are low and the judgment is high. This is your weekly reminder that curiosity is a personality trait and poor impulse control is a lifestyle. We're not detectives, we're not licensed, we're just deeply invested.
We take the stories apart, we overthink them, we occasionally side-eye them, and sometimes we absolutely spiral. So dim the lights, silence the group chat, and settle in. We're always open late.
Before we emotionally destabilize ourselves, it's time for the most important part of any sleepover. My most important part.
Candy.
Yeah. So, I brought a bunch of Pop Rocks. And some rockets, because I know you love them.
Love them. I love them both.
I hate rockets. I've mentioned this.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I think episode 1, you told us all you hate them.
And you brought cheese.
So, my parents went to St. Albert, like, the other day, and I saw my mom this morning. And this is a 400-gram bag of cheese curds. It's big. And we just ordered pizza. But I'm eating some anyway, because I really want a bite.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god. Will it squeak, or is it too cold? Let's see.
Ew.
Nope. It's not squeaky this time.
We need to put it in the microwave.
It doesn't have a lot of juice in the bottom.
No, you need to get... So, in the summer, we just put it on the dash of the car.
And it's cold outside, so... Oh wait, I didn't even eat any rockets yet.
Okay, go eat some rockets.
Need a little bit of rockets. You're gonna have some Pop Rocks?
I want a chocolate bar. I forgot about it.
The chocolate from the last episode.
Sorry.
We just blew our cover. We recorded 2 in a row. Professional podcasters do that. Okay?
We just work 24/7.
So, sugar and cheese has entered the bloodstream.
Perfect. Now we're qualified. So I guess now it's
Hashtag
tarot
tarot time. Let's do it.
all right. So I'm gonna get my cards
We're on the horror tarot again.
It seems to be the one that's following us around a lot.
I like it. It's pretty. Okay. Oh, we have the death card.
Cool. Love that for us.
Before anyone panics, death isn't literal. It's endings, it's transformation. It's the thing that's already run its course finally being acknowledged. It's shedding something, a habit, a mindset, a version of yourself that doesn't fit anymore. Death shows up when something has overstayed its welcome. When the universe is basically saying, you know this isn't working. It's not dramatic, it's inevitable. It's less about fear and more about closure.
Well, okay. That feels personal.
It usually does.
And I don't love that.
You don't have to love it. You just have to acknowledge it.
Aggressive.
Consider this your warning.
Noted. Let's spiral productively.
We're starting tonight with the things that don't sit quite right. Phantom files, the stories that leave a mark. The kind you can explain, technically, but not completely.
Okay, here's my first Phantom Files. It's 1897 in Greenbrier County, West Virginia.
Winchester, Tinfieldville, Iowa.
Right? It's 1897 in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, where gossip spreads faster than the flu and secrets don't stay buried for long. A young woman named Zona Hester Shue had only been married a few months to a local blacksmith with a name that sounds made up. Erasmus Stribling Trout Shue.
No way.
Seriously.
They both sound made up.
Right? If a name could be a red flag, that's one waving hard. One cold January morning, a neighbor finds Zona lying at the bottom of the stairs, pale, still, and arranged a little too neatly. Her husband shows up, scoops her up, and insists on dressing her himself in a high-collared gown with a stiff scarf tied around her neck. Yeah. When the doctor arrives, Shue won't let him near her. Won't let him touch her. Won't let him remove that scarf. The poor doctor finally gives up and writes, everlasting faint as the cause of death, which is basically 1890s code for no idea, bro.
Love it.
Then he changes it to childbirth, which is even weirder because Zona wasn't pregnant.
Oh my god.
Right? So she's buried, everyone whispers, and her husband starts acting off. He's suddenly chipper, eats big meals, whistles. Meanwhile, Zona's mother, Mary Jane Hester, is not buying it. She says from day one, the devil has killed her. And as it turns out, the devil was just very punctual. A few weeks after the funeral, Mary Jane starts praying every night for the truth. And that's when Zona comes back. Her ghost appears at the foot of our bed, glowing white in the dark room, and whispers, "He was cruel, Mother. He broke my neck." For 4 nights, she visits. Same story every time. And on the last night, she turns her head all the way around.
Ooh.
A full, slow, spine-cracking rotation to prove it.
That's The Exorcist.
Yeah. Mary Jane wakes up screaming, convinced beyond reason that her daughter's death wasn't an accident. So she marches herself straight to the prosecutor's office and says, "My daughter's ghost told me that she was murdered."
Oh, it doesn't seem crazy at all.
Now, normally, that's how you end up politely escorted out of the building. But this prosecutor must have been both intrigued and bored, because he ordered the body exhumed.
Wow.
And what do they find?
Crickets.
A broken neck, crushed windpipe, and finger-shaped bruises all around the throat.
Jeez.
Exactly what Ghost Zona described. Trout Shoe is arrested, and it turns out this man's romantic history is statistically concerning. He'd been married twice before,
Oh, classic tale as old as time.
and both wives died mysteriously. One fell off a haystack.
She just fell.
The other slipped while doing chores. Sure, Jan.
Wow.
During the trial, his defense lawyer tries to make Mary Jane sound crazy. Asks her about the ghost, expecting the jury to laugh. But she's calm, collected, says she saw her daughter, heard her words, and knew it was true. The courtroom's silent. No one laughs. And after just over an hour of deliberation, the jury finds him guilty of first-degree murder. He's sentenced to life at Moundsville Penitentiary, where he dies 3 years later. God, that's just rude.
Didn't even, yeah.
Even the inmates hated him. Guess bad vibes travel well. Zona's grave still stands in Greenbrier County with a marker that reads, "The only known case in which testimony from a ghost helped convict a murderer." I don't know if that's true.
I believe it.
Locals say if you drive past her house on a foggy night, you'll see a pale figure standing by the road, head tilted at an impossible angle, waiting for someone to listen.
Ugh.
So yeah, if you ever feel like your mother's intuition is strong, remember, Mary Jane Hester literally cross-examined a ghost and won. Justice card pulled upright, full moon energy. Karmic retribution achieved. The Greenbrier ghost didn't just haunt her killer, she closed her own case.
Mic drop.
That's gonna be your new tagline.
Wow. That's cool. It's a true story. Happened to a friend of mine. Should we have a little sip of the old? Because we're still going strong.
You can't hear my drink, it's just swishing.
Imagine living in your home, going about your daily routines, cooking dinner, watching TV, going to sleep at night, completely unaware that someone else might be there too.
Stop it.
Not visiting, not breaking in temporarily, but secretly living inside your house.
What?
There's actually a term for this chilling phenomenon. It's called phrogging. It's spelled with a PH, not an F, to be bougie.
Okay.
Phrogging with a PH. The name comes from the idea that the hidden person hops around like a frog, moving from place to place when the homeowner leaves or goes to sleep. The person might hide in areas most people rarely check. Attics, crawl spaces, storage rooms, basements, or even inside walls and ceiling voids.
Ugh, you didn't see that, but I audibly shivered.
She went, ugh. During the day, they stay hidden. But when the house is empty or when the residents are asleep, they come out. Sarah's looking over her shoulder right now. They might eat food from the kitchen, use the bathroom, charge their phone, walk around the house, and then disappear again before anyone notices. It sounds like the plot of a horror movie, but phrogging has actually happened in real life.
Oh my god, I hate this.
One of the most famous cases took place in Japan in 2008. A man who lived alone began noticing something strange. Food in his refrigerator kept disappearing. At first he assumed he had simply forgotten that he ate it, because, as we do.
As one does.
But the missing food continued, and he became more and more uneasy. As one would. Eventually, he decided to install a security camera in his kitchen to figure out what was going on. What he discovered was terrifying. The footage showed a woman emerging quietly from a storage compartment in his closet. She walked calmly into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, and helped herself to food. She then returned to the closet, climbed back into the storage space, and disappeared. When police searched the apartment, they discovered that the woman had been secretly living inside that closet space for months.
Ugh.
The homeowner had no idea.
How?
And that's the thing about phrogging cases. Often the signs start small. Food goes missing, you hear strange noises in the ceiling, an object that you swear you left somewhere else suddenly appears in a different place. Maybe you hear footsteps late at night, but assume it's just the house settling. In another case in South Carolina, a woman kept hearing noises above her apartment late at night. She assumed it was animals moving around in the attic. But one night she investigated and discovered something far more disturbing. A man had been living in the attic above her unit. He had been secretly entering her apartment through the ceiling access panel whenever she wasn't home. In yet another case, a college student started noticing strange things happening in his apartment. Small items moved, food missing, odd sounds in the middle of the night. He set up a webcam in his room. The footage revealed a man slowly climbing down from a ceiling hatch after the student left for class. I am freaking out just reading this. The intruder walked through the apartment, used the bathroom, ate food from the kitchen, then climbed back into the ceiling before the student returned home.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So why would someone do this? In many cases, the person hiding in the home is homeless and looking for shelter. In other situations, it may involve mental illness, criminal activity, or someone hiding from authorities. Sometimes the person originally enters, she's still looking around her shoulders. Sometimes the person originally enters the house just to steal something, but then they realize that they can stay hidden. And that's what makes the idea of phrogging so unsettling. Your
Why
home
is it called that?
Because people hop around. I told you that earlier.
I just hate it so much.
Your home is supposed to be the place where you feel safest. But these stories tap into a deep psychological fear, the possibility that someone could already be inside the house, watching, listening, moving through the same rooms while you sleep.
Ugh.
It's the kind of scenario that sounds almost impossible until you realize that every once in a while it actually happens. The concept has inspired several thrillers, including Parasite, which features a secret hidden resident in a house bunker. The Boy, in 2016, involves someone secretly living inside the walls of a mansion. Phrogging, Hider in My House, a true crime series about real cases. Some houses have actually had old servant corridors, hidden rooms, and wall passages from the 1800s and early 1900s. In rare cases, those spaces have made phrogging easier because the house already contains hidden pathways.
Oh my god, I have so many things to say.
And that's where it ends. Until I get to my final destination.
I have so many things to say.
So, phrogging with a PH.
Okay.
Because it's bougie.
Number 1. Dana, check your house.
Oh no, what? What?
She's got a very old house with weird things.
Ooh.
So Dana, check your house.
Maybe have a person with you too.
Yeah.
Don't be
Frasier,
alone.
be beside her.
That's terrifying.
Number 2. Once Lance and I were away on a camping trip, and when we walked back in the house, our attic hatch was pushed up and in.
Shut the front door.
I immediately had a panic attack moment, and we both just kind of looked at each other and we're like, So we put it back in the hatch. We figured it was wind, some sort of wind.
Yeah, that's
phenomenon.
what people think, and it's not.
So there's
Sarah.
Someone living in our house for I don't know how long.
This house?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Number 3.
What?
So years ago at my husband's in-laws' house, there was a party thrown. The party was big. The party was crazy. The party was wild. Police were called, blah, blah, blah.
What?
Yeah. After, all of these shenanigans had happened, blah, 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 some little drunk girl came crawling out of the crawl space after the fact, being like, where am I?
And it wasn't you?
What's going on? No. I was not here during this time. Why was that pushed down?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it can happen. And
That's
that crawl
creepy.
space was like on the bottom floor. Like I could walk around in there and you wouldn't hear me. You would have no idea. And I could totally live in there. Like it's bigger than my own house.
Like, in a lot of these cases, too, like, people who are living in your house, they just wait till you're gone and then they go steal your clothes and stuff. So, like, they have clothes, they can take blankets, obviously food. Like, they got everything they need. I love, too, in the one part where it's like, go charge their phone. Imagine. They've got
they're
an
just
iPhone.
using your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they've got your Wi-Fi. It's like the Richards house Wi-Fi. It's tapping into that. Like, they can get your password because they can go find the Wi-Fi box when you're not home
Yeah,
if it's
just
locked.
look at it.
Yeah.
I've got it written up on my wall.
I have it on a chalkboard at our house that says, welcome to our house.
This is our Wi-Fi password.
Isn't that scary? I have we have an attic in our house, but our ceilings upstairs are 9 feet, so like you need a ladder to get in it. So like, I'm pretty sure no one's living in there, but
let's hope.
I've only poked my head up in there once. I don't want to go up there, but you could.
I've
stand
never
up.
actually poked my head in there. Lance does that. He puts the Christmas tree up there every year.
Did you see? There was something viral online a little while ago, and again, I don't know if it was real or not, but someone had put it's this case like heard sounds in their attic, and they put their phone up and took a picture, and it was like this creepy guy sitting there. Oh,
Those TikToks scare me half to death.
terrifying!
I
yeah,
hate it.
Isn't that scary to think like?
That someone's just living in your house?
Calling it phrogging is a little bit like jokey.
I totally picture Frogger.
Right, frog. I can't.
Like
You can't say
Seinfeld
it.
when he's just moving.
Yeah, you can't say it without it being funny, but it's actually terrifying. I can't believe you came home to your hatch open,
And I
guys.
that was true fear. Lance, if you were here, not in the Ghoul bus, but if you were here, you remember that moment too.
Do you lock the Ghoul bus at night?
No.
Oh, great! Great!
Don't say that!
The bathroom door is shut right now.
If you took one step, the whole thing would shake.
True. They could be they'd probably like, guys, you've recorded for way too long. I need you to get out of my house. Get out of my house.
Oh my god. But yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
That's gonna sit with me.
Anyways, it's time for Final Destination Amateur Hour, the segment where small decisions meet permanent consequences, where hesitation, overconfidence, or one bad calculation is all it takes. Sarah, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
This one takes us to Maine, Thanksgiving, 2019. Because nothing says holiday warmth like a DIY weaponized entryway.
What?
Yeah. God.
What?
A man named Ronald Sear had rigged his front door with a device designed to fire a handgun
What?
if someone tried to enter.
Huh?
Not an alarm, not a camera, not even a dog. A loaded firearm engineered to discharge if the door moved.
America.
Yeah. King behavior.
Wow.
At some point that day, the device fired. He called 911, reporting he had been shot. Responders arrived, police investigated, and they later determined that the gun had discharged from one of his own homemade traps.
Duh.
Which means he engineered the scenario, installed the scenario, and then became the scenario.
What?
The trap trapped the trapper.
Oh, the trappy.
Yeah.
The trappies.
He died from the gunshot wound on Thanksgiving.
Well, hey, that's your own...
Idiot. I just need to understand the thought process.
Yeah, I don't.
You wake up and decide, what's my home security needs? A mechanical firearm surprise system that future me absolutely must remember exists?
What?
Sir, this is not a deleted scene from Saw. You are not Jigsaw. There is no moral lesson. There is no slow motion camera pan.
Play a game.
It's just you and a string and a very bad idea. If your security plan requires flawless memory and a zero human error, that is not a plan. That is a self-destruct sequence with ambition.
Yeah.
Natural selection didn't even break a sweat. It just waited.
Probably minutes after he did it.
I know. Idiot.
How long after said whatever was installed did he just...
Right?
What was his name again?
Ronald Sear.
Ronald, do you want to play a game?
You would. Oh my god.
Wow.
So I don't know. The consequences are noted there, but April, I'm sure you've got something else.
I sure do.
Heck yeah.
In several Florida police reports, homeowners began noticing strange noises coming from their attic late at night.
Why?
We're combining Florida with phrogging, if you couldn't tell. At first, they assumed it was animals, raccoons, squirrels, or possums, which are very common in attics in Florida, apparently.
Possum is my spirit animal.
Possums are terrifying.
I love them.
They're so scary. Oh my god. But the sound sometimes continued for days. Things might escalate. There she goes, looking around her shoulder again. Things might escalate when the homeowner hears footsteps instead of scratching, or notices objects moved around in the house. At that point, they either investigate themselves or call police. In a few incidents reported by local news outlets, homeowners climbed into the attic and discovered a person hiding there.
Stop.
Sometimes with bedding, food wrappers, or bags of belongings.
It's like a TV show.
They've moved in, yes.
Yeah.
When confronted, the situation can escalate quickly. Because the homeowner believes they're facing a home invasion, some have responded with a firearm.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Florida's self-defense laws, including the well-known Stand Your Ground law, allow people to use deadly force if they reasonably believe they're in danger inside their home. In those cases, the intruder has sometimes been shot during the confrontation. Police they needed your guys' contraption. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Police investigators usually determine the person entered through a roof vent, garage, or unlocked attic.
Oh.
They had been hiding there for hours or days. The homeowner discovered them unexpectedly. The shooting occurred during the confrontation. When investigators conclude the homeowner acted in self-defense, charges are often not filed, because they have that law. So don't be phrogging in So don't be phrogging in Florida, y'all.
We're keeping that in.
Why Florida shows up in these stories? A lot. I can't. Florida appears in these reports more often, partly because many homes have easy attic access panels. Good to know.
Yeah.
Roofs often have gable vents that can be entered. Attics are large and accessible due to air conditioning systems, and the state has strong self-defense laws. All of those factors make it both easier for someone to hide in an attic and more likely a confrontation could turn violent. So, maybe don't break into other people's house intending to frog, or you might get frogged.
I'm gonna start locking my doors. Oh my god.
You don't lock your... Jesus Christ.
I live in the middle of nowhere-ish.
I have to lock doors. I lock 2 locks.
I know you do. It's impossible to get in
You
your
know
house.
why I do. I told you today what had happened down the street.
Yeah, it's possible to get in your house. I actually... You told me once to ring your doorbell so that you knew I was there.
Okay.
I rang the doorbell. It was like 5 minutes, and then Jeremy was like, oh, hi.
I had just gotten out of the shower. The fan was still going. It's very loud in that house. And then I get a text from Sarah, and she's like, just ring my doorbell and I'll answer. And I didn't.
No.
It's fine.
Okay.
I do ignore 99.9% of the people who come to my door, but I was expecting you, but I was still in the bathroom.
I was watching your scary neighbors doing scary things, so...
And now you know why I need to lock the doors. Full circle moment. It's time for our listener submission segment. Ghosted Again, Buried Secrets. This is where you send us the things that don't sit right, the stories that were never fully explained, the secrets that were supposed to stay buried, and we gently dig them up.
So, it's short. I received this one through text from Shelby, and she goes, ooh, I have a story. It's super short.
That's okay.
Right before I left to go to New Orleans and was waiting to be picked up pre-dawn, I asked for a sign that my mom would be okay alone for the week. And the light in that room flickered.
I just got chills.
It was comforting, to be honest, as I was stressing about leaving her alone for the week. So I took it as a sign from my dad.
Oh.
And I have it on good authority. He passed away not too long ago.
Oh my gosh.
So really sweet.
I am chill bumping everywhere right now.
And my heart goes out to you, Shelby.
Totally. That was the right sign. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really comforting. What a cool experience.
Loved it.
And we like a short but sweet story because that was
We
awesome.
love those too. Yeah.
We don't need, it doesn't need to be a long, that's perfect. And that makes you feel good too when you're leaving and you get like a sign like that. Like that's, you asked, you got it. And totally legit. Mm-hmm. Wow, very cool. Thanks so much for sending that in.
Thank you.
That gave me all the feels. Like, that, totally. It's real. It's real.
Yep. So thanks, Shelby. So now that I'm feeling like super heartfelt, can we have a coffin break?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm up for a coffin break. Am I?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Where's your paperwork?
I don't have any for this one.
Oh.
This one is a game of telepathy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to count to 3 and we're both going to say a word and I'm going to think of a word in my head and I'm going to see if you are picking it up. And we're both going to say it at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. I got the word in my head.
Okay.
I'm channeling it to you right now. And I'm channeling it to everyone listening right now. So if you say the word out loud and you say the word that I'm thinking, we're telepathic. Okay?
Sure.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Attic.
Cheese. Okay. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Frog.
I forgot to say anything. I was just like, you should have seen my face. It was really good.
Okay, I got another word. It's one simple little word.
Oh my God, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Noted.
Star.
I don't know. We're not on the same
Now I'm going to be
wavelength.
thinking of a shape. It's
thank
a
you.
simple shape, and it's one color. What is the shape and color I'm thinking of right now? I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
Okay. What is it?
It's a blue circle.
It was a red circle. That was close. That was close.
I don't even like blue.
Okay, let's do another shape. Okay, I got another one in my head.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What is it?
Red rectangle.
Green triangle. Did anyone at home get that right?
Wow, we suck.
Do you want to try and send me one?
Okay.
Okay. And the people listening.
Is it colors or is it just a random word?
Whatever you feel like, just tell me what it's going to be, what category it is.
It's a horror movie name.
Okay. Scream.
I was thinking Friday the 13th. Only because I know that, like, when we were kids, that's what we watched.
That was the one. That was the OG one, I think. Mm-hmm. And then we went into a little bit into Halloween.
Yep.
Okay, now do a color of a shape. See if I can get that right.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Is it obscure or like a basic shape?
It's a basic shape.
Okay, because I was thinking something funny.
I was like rhombozoid.
I was thinking rhombus. Is that a shape? Is
rhombus is. I don't think rhombozoid is.
I was gonna say rhombus, and you said rhombozoid. I think that counts.
That counts.
We won! So I would say we're about 50% telepathic.
Ooh.
How about you at home? Did anybody get it right? Anything?
Oh my God.
Because if you did, I would love to know, because that would be weird. I was really hoping you were going to say cheese when I said cheese.
I don't know why I didn't. I love cheese.
But I think we need to practice the telepathy and see where we go with it. Yeah.
I was just like all over the place looking
One
at
day
everything.
we're going to get it. Okay, one more word. Let's go right now. 1, 2, 3.
Fart.
I was going to say microphone.
We're not there yet, guys. Sorry.
Maybe what we need to do is like pick a letter, and then it'll have to be a word that goes with that letter.
Well, that's just a game of Tapple.
What?
Have you not played Tapple?
Is
An
this
episode for another?
Is this like with P's or B? What do you say? Can you spell it? So can you use it in a sentence?
Everyone will know what I'm talking about. Tapple. It's
I know
on
boggle.
It's on TikTok. You'll see it. You're going to see it tonight when you go home.
Now that we've talked about it, it's going to show up. Yeah.
I have it. It's fun.
Oh, jeez.
How
was that for a coffin break?
Something. Our vibe has been reset for sure. I guess now it's our final draft, and I'm gonna go deep.
Oh, bringing it back in. I'm gonna just have a couple rockets for this one.
Oh boy. You're Canadian, so you'll hear this and you'll know it.
Hmm? I feel like I just did the Tim Allen, like, huh? Huh? Huh?
I'm keeping that in too. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna need to. We're only at 36 minutes.
Robert William Pickton was born August 20... I did it wrong.
Why?
Because I said August and it's October.
Yeah, that's wrong.
October 24th, 1949 in Port Coquitlam, BC. He died on May 31st, 2024 at the age of 74 after being assaulted in prison, a place he had occupied since 2007.
Oof.
He lived much of his life on a pig farm in Port Coquitlam. To neighbors, he was strange. To acquaintances, abrasive. To the women who entered his orbit, he was lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the late 1990s, women began disappearing from Vancouver's downtown east side. Many of them Indigenous, many living in poverty, many surviving on the margins. Families filed missing persons reports. Community members demanded action. The urgency was muted. In February 2002, police entered Pickton's property on a warrant related to illegal firearms. Not because of a coordinated homicide investigation, not because disappearances had finally triggered alarm. Guns. It was a tip from a woman who survived an encounter on his property that helped push that investigation forward. What followed became one of the largest forensic investigations in Canadian history. Human remains were discovered on the farm, bone fragments, DNA evidence linking multiple women to the property. Personal belongings recovered in evidence bags instead of handed back in person. Forensic teams spent years processing soil, debris, and what was left of lives. Pickton was charged with 26 counts of first-degree murder.
I did not know it was that many.
I think there's more. In 2007, he was convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment, with no possibility of parole for 25 years. Canada, 6 convictions. But in a recorded conversation with an undercover officer, Pickton claimed he had killed 49 women and complained that he had been sloppy because he wanted to make it an even 50.
Ugh.
Gross.
Dirtbag.
That statement was not a rumor. It was captured on tape. It was ego.
Ugh.
The official number remains 6. The suspected number remains far higher. The confirmed grief is immeasurable. This was not brilliance. This was not criminal genius. This was a man who believed he could target women he assumed would not be searched for hard enough. And for too long, he was right. The case exposed catastrophic failures in interagency communication, in prioritizing missing women, in listening to communities who had been raising alarms for years. Public inquiries followed, apologies were issued, reforms were promised. None of that restores what was taken. Pickton died in prison in 2024. His death does not balance the scale. It does not provide closure in any meaningful sense. It simply marks the end of his physical presence. This is not a tribute. It is not a remembrance. It is documentation. Born 1949. Charged 2002. Convicted 2007, died 2024. The women deserved urgency. He received process. Accountability came late. The file is closed, but the failure is not.
Oof.
Sorry, I brought it down there.
I remember that case.
Crazy. I actually just watched a documentary on it not too long ago.
Did you say, well, he was killed in jail, right?
Yeah. Shanked.
Yeah, shanked. That was the word, yeah.
He was on life support, I believe, for a couple days.
Isn't that rough, too? Like, so something like that happens to someone who totally deserved it, and then they have to keep him on life support. Like, they have to, like...
Well, they've kept him in prison, keeping him alive. Like, oh my God, you've possibly killed 49 women. Gross.
That's so messed up. Like, and then you wonder too, like, they get shanked in prison and they're killed. It's like, good, what? But then it's like, but they should have also had to suffer their whole life by being trapped in a jail. But on the other hand, it's like we're keeping them alive because tax dollars pay for that kind of thing, and it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I know. Number one, I'd rather you die. Number two, I'd rather you suffer in jail with all of the things that come with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in Canadian jails in BC, but...
I don't either, but can't be good.
I don't know. We've laughed, we've spiraled, we've judged accordingly, and now we do what we always do. Close the file. And that's it. closed. That's it for tonight's episode of Ghoul Talk Open Late.
Well, if you've made it this far, congratulations. You've officially stayed past curfew. Now, here's the part where it's going to sound like we're starting a cult. And I need you to understand that we know that. You're going to leave 5 stars wherever you listen. That's not pressure, that's alignment. You're going to send your creepy stories to gtopenlate@gmail.com because this is a community effort and we thrive on shared instability. You're going to follow us on Instagram and TikTok and fully commit to the sleepover energy. Again, not a cult. We don't have robes. We don't have chants. We barely have a schedule. It's just sleepover occult energy, which is legally different.
And here's my chant. Spooky never sleeps. What was that?
It was like a...
It was supposed to be kill.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm scared.
I'm freaking myself out. It's dark out now, I think.
It is.
Oh. Okay.
Night. If your grandma's haunted doll keeps showing up in your dreams, or if your neighbor swears their cat is possessed, we want to hear about it. Send us your weird, funny, or creepy stories at gtopenlate@gmail.com, and we'll do the rest.